Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Reecee News. And the first topic here is kind of unfortunate, since Vanpul, a company that has worked alongside Nintendo since the early to mid 2000s with the GBA and DS, has shut down as of today. And if you haven't heard of Vanpul before, recently they've been developing the Kirby spin-offs, as well as co-developing other Kirby projects as well. I think they were somewhat involved with Forgotten Land, even though that was mostly developed by HAL. And then they also developed the Return to Dreamland remake that released just a few months ago. So that was pretty surprising that they shut down right after that. But they've also developed things like the mini games in Superstar Saga. They helped with the writing in Paper Mario Sticker Star, and also assisted development for Chibi Robo Ziplash. They developed the Tingle games on the DS. I think they also co-developed some Wii games as well, like Wii Play Motion. They developed the Dylan's Rolling Western games on the 3DS, because there was one that came out around 2012 or 2013, and then a sequel that came out around 2018. But yeah, they've done quite a bit of projects alongside Nintendo, as well as their associated developers like Intelligent Systems and HAL Laboratory. So it's pretty unfortunate to see this happen, and pretty surprising as well, because it seemed like they were doing a lot with HAL Laboratory and even Intelligent Systems on the 3DS and everything. So I thought they were still kind of going strong with development and everything, and I thought they were going to continue to kind of develop Kirby games and Kirby spin-offs alongside HAL. So this is very surprising, and I did not expect this at all. I didn't know they were having any problems or having any financial problems. I mean, I don't think that was revealed anywhere. I think they just kind of went defunct. It could have been due to multiple reasons that we don't really know. So yeah, it's pretty unfortunate that this happened and everything. And I hope the developers of Vanpul will be able to move on to other companies. Hopefully they'll kind of be absorbed into HAL, because they've been working on a lot of Kirby projects lately. So yeah, I hope Kirby, the Kirby spin-offs will be able to continue like they have. I know Kirby's Dream Buffet was actually mostly developed by HAL, so I don't think there's too many problems there. So I think they'll still be able to continue the Kirby spin-offs and everything like they have during the 3DS and Wii U era. So we'll just have to see. And yeah, this could also mean a variety of things for some other series. I guess for Chibi Robo, I mean, Skip also went defunct a couple years ago, since I think they kind of quietly shut down, since the last project they've done was Chibi Robo Ziplash, and I think there's also I think their office, their company studio kind of shut down and everything. So I think it's kind of mysterious with how Skip kind of went defunct. So yeah, don't think there's really much of a future for Chibi Robo unless Nintendo hands it over to a different developer. And I think Ziplash was also the last game in the series, the last hope for the series, I think one of the developers said. I'm not sure if it was Tanabe, because I know Tanabe was involved with the development of the game. It might have been someone else, but yeah, I don't really see Chibi Robo going anywhere. The Dylan series is kind of unfortunate. I know there were a few people that actually like this series. I haven't played it, so I can't say for sure, but it does look pretty interesting. I believe it's a kind of a tower defense series with action elements in it. So I think that looks pretty cool. So it's unfortunate that it's unlikely that we'll get any more games in that series, unless it's handed over to a developer like Grezzo. I think Grezzo could definitely handle a series like that, since that was kind of a 3DS handheld-oriented series, and I feel like Grezzo is kind of good at adapting things like that over to the Switch. So I feel like the Dylan series could possibly be handed over to Grezzo if it's not handed over to HAL, if Vanpul is kind of absorbed into HAL with its developers and everything. And then with Paper Mario, even though the only game they were kind of credited with was Sticker Star, one of the employees of Vanpol, like one of the directors kind of involved and associated with Vanpol, Taro Kudo, is still the writer for like the other modern Paper Mario games, like Color Splash and Origami King. Even though Vanpol wasn't credited, I feel like Vanpol might have been involved in some way. If Kudo was the writer for those games and everything. So I'm not sure if he's still gonna be the writer for Paper Mario games and everything. I mean, I know he was kind of conflicting and everything. A lot of people blame him for like the paper jokes and things like that. I thought he was still kind of decent with how he was writing the modern Paper Mario games. At least Color Splash and Origami King, you can't really say much for Sticker Star. But at least Color Splash and Origami King definitely do have something going for them in terms of writing and everything like that. So I'm not sure if he'll still be involved with Paper Mario after this. So since he was associated with Vanpol, maybe he'll move over to Intelligent Systems. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's kind of uncertain what will happen to some of the series that Vanpol was kind of involved with. But yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. I hope that the developers of Vanpol are able to move on to like a different studio and are able to like have a job and everything, because this was really unexpected. And I was like, Vanpol was probably one of the last developers I was expecting to shut down. I know a lot of the DS, 3DS era developers have, well, I mean a couple of them like Skip and Alpha Dream, but I wasn't expecting Vanpol. So, because Vanpol was kind of one of them, like alongside the developers that I mentioned. But yeah, I hope that the developers are able to move on to like other studios. Hopefully, HAL Laboratory, because they've been kind of closely working alongside them since around like 2017 to 2019. So yeah, pretty unfortunate that Vanpol shut down. This news kind of just came out of nowhere. So, the final thing that I have, that Nintendo has revealed recently is more details about their Nintendo Live event that will be happening in September. It will be going on between September 1st and the 4th, and the registration is open now, and it will be open until June 22nd, so if you're interested in it, make sure to sign up pretty soon. So, yeah. So basically, this will feature like certain things such as different like tournaments. Like they have ones for Smash Ultimate, Mario Kart, Splatoon 3, and different things like that. And there was one that was really interesting that I saw. There was like a Smash Ultimate Amiibo plus Me tournament, and the artwork that they used for it was like the Wave 1 Amiibo the Amiibo line from 2014. I don't even think those Amiibos are like available. I mean, I don't think like most of those like Amiibo figures are available in stores anymore. Like most of them aren't. Like there's only usually a few select Amiibo that are available at a time nowadays. But yeah, it's really interesting to see like Nintendo push like Amiibo that aren't currently available. I mean, they technically did that back with Xenoblade 3 with the Shulk Amiibo. But hopefully, like, some of those Amiibo get reprints, since it's been quite a while for some of them. But it's really interesting to see that artwork, like, nearly 10 years later with that. And it's kind of wild, like, that Nintendo, is still using that, like, nearly a decade later. And I'm kind of glad that they're still kind of pushing Amiibo, to some degree, because I really like Amiibo figures, and I'm glad that Nintendo has been actively supporting them over the years, even though it does seem like they're, like some people feel that they've been winding down with Amiibo during the Switch era. I still feel like they're going fairly strong, because, like, Nintendo usually restocks a bunch of Amiibo figures when, an Amiibo-compatible game launches and everything, so they do seem to be actively supporting Amiibo and everything, so I think that's cool that they're doing that. They're also going to do like live stage events where they perform music from the Mario and Zelda series. They only said the Mario and Zelda series though. I mean, it kind of makes sense with Zelda, with Tears of the Kingdom and everything, but I hope they do more series for that as well. like maybe Kirby, Splatoon, and Animal Crossing, since those are kind of known for having like live music performances as well, especially Splatoon. That's kind of like known for that. So, because I think with the Nintendo Live event in Japan that this one is kind of based on, they had a thing where they had music, um, from Splatoon. Like they did one for like each of the Splatoon games, I believe. So yeah, um, I hope they do that as well. And they're doing like also the photo opportunities that they usually do for like their summer events and things, and also like also their PAX booths as well. They usually have them like they have different things like for Smash, Kirby, like Tears of the Kingdom, Pikmin 4, different things like that, and meet and greets, and then gameplay for different games, like where you could like try out different games, like Tears of the Kingdom, Forgotten Land, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Pikmin 4. And I hope they also do like actual upcoming games, because I feel like the problem with Nintendo's live events that they did last year, where they kind of toured around the US, is that they didn't have any upcoming games. I think the only one that was kind of counted as upcoming was Mario Strikers Battle League when they first kind of did that event. Like it was right before Battle League release. So I hope they actually do like upcoming games, because I feel like a lot of people that attend these type of events already have a lot of the latest games, don't really need to try out some of the newer games. I mean, there obviously are some people, but I think it would definitely make sense if they kind of, like had games that were upcoming, so for people who are invested in the latest games could try out like the newest ones and or the upcoming ones and everything. But yeah, pretty interesting event overall, though Nintendo was kind of vague on their description of it. I mean, like, obviously they kind of are. They're probably waiting until some game announcements come out to kind of reveal more about what this event has to offer and everything, but it's pretty interesting. It seems like kind of their replacement for an E3 type event, at least if they're kind of going to show upcoming games as well. I think that's what's mostly going to decide if it's kind of more of an E3 replacement or more of just like a regular convention in general. We'll just have to see. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server if you want to. Goodbye.